Alright, what's up guys, what's up? Yeah, I know, been a bit MIA, been quiet, you know, with the videos and that, but yeah, as I said in my last video, was away for a bit for work, almost 2 months, and I've been back home now about a month, if not less, just less than a month, maybe 3 weeks or so. So what has happened in that 3 weeks, and why haven't I uploaded anything? So got home from this work trip of mine. I think I rode once, but I rode at a place that I've already sort of done a video on. Actually, I could have done another video. It was, I think the first place I went was Marco's farm, and the video I did there was in the wet. Now it's winter in South Africa. I rode there in the dry, but I just didn't know where I was going to be at, you know, body wise and feeling on the bike and stuff, and surprisingly it went okay. Like I felt good on the bike. Like I think they have something in our sport like that gymnasts have. It's like that muscle memory, you know. Even when I'm away with work and stuff like that, I generally, you know, try and keep fit, do some exercise, because as long as I look after myself in that sense, I've found for myself that you know, the ability on the bike doesn't drop so much, you know, even if I'm off the bike for 2 months or so, as long as I'm keeping fit, you know. As soon as I get back on the bike, a couple of hours into it, and I'm feeling fine. But anyway, didn't record that. Fell sick the week after that, had flu really bad, so I wasn't on the bike again. And then we had a trip planned for last weekend, to go down to, let me just turn this down a bit here. Yeah, to go down to Natal to go and do some training, get some distance in, you know, just good hours on the bike, heading into IMPI that we've got coming up, the first weekend of July pretty much. I think it's like the 3rd to the 5th or something like that there. Today's date's the 20th of June. Anyway, long story short, got sick, you know. I was sort of had recovered, and then was supposed to do this trip. So in the week I'm busy preparing my bike, you know. This is now last week in the week. Busy preparing my bike for the trip, changing my front tire, putting the wheel back on, and I'm busy nipping up my pinch bolts. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. On the axle, that's those pinch bolts that holds your axle. Yeah, let me first explain what happened, and then I'll put some pictures up of what happened. So I was tightening those pinch bolts, and then I just heard like a cracking sound, you know, and this is on the left hand side, the left hand fork where your brake sits. Yeah, so tightening those up, and then just hear this. I was like, what? Initially I thought the bolt had snapped or it stripped, and then yeah, after closer inspection, yeah, let me put these pics up. Plans totally ruined. Obviously couldn't, I started speaking to people that night, because now I was busy with this in my garage in the evening, you know, after work. It's only sort of gap a person gets to work on the bike in the week. Yeah, started, you know, now in a panic, reaching out to you know, my guy who does my suspension, Justin at Shock Logic. I spoke to TBR. I spoke to I think it's a suspension, I forgot this other guy's name, another suspension guy in Johannesburg.
Police reported ahead.
Anyway, nobody had stock of this part, because it's not something, you know, it's not a fast moving item. It's not something that excuse me, they would generally keep on the shelf because it's not something that breaks often. So after speaking to guys at the suspension shops, you know, they were like, listen, but that shouldn't happen, and my bike is fairly new. So I reached out to Ben, who I have a very good relationship by the way, Ben Dutoit, Shirko, South Africa. I said to him, listen, this is what's happened, you know, how do we go about this? He was kind enough to submit a warranty claim for me to Shirko France, or you know, wherever their headquarters is, and the warranty was approved. Thank God, the warranty was approved, and I got a new part a couple of days later. And I must just, you know, just commend and just a message of appreciation to Ben for his assistance with this part and helping me out, you know, get it as a warranty claim, because, yo guys, it was gonna hurt me. It was going to hurt me if I had to buy it outright. I think it was like 13 grand for the part, you know. And yeah, so I'm just extremely grateful for that, that I was able to get it as a warranty claim, and also just the time that he was able to get it for me in. And yeah, now I'm actually I've stopped at a garage here. It is 2 weeks before IMPI. As I said, today is the 20th. Let's see if this thing's still running here. Yeah, today is the 20th of June. We've got this weekend, next weekend, and then that next week is IMPI. And yeah, we are loaded. There's the bike in the back there. And yeah, I'm just grateful that I'm able to now do this trip that I had planned. I'm going down to Natal to get 2 good long hard days of riding in. I've only ridden, I think, yeah, maybe 3-4 times in the last 4 months heading up to IMPI. And yeah, IMPI is no joke, guys. I mean, if you've done IMPI, I'm doing silver again this year. My last one was in 2023, also silver, and I finished P19 that year. So got ambitions to try and better my result of that year, try and break into that top 15, top 10 this year. With all the curveballs and stuff I've been handed the last, you know, couple of months, it's not ideal, but we're gonna do our best. I feel like my body, I'm strong enough, I'm fit enough. I feel like I'm a better rider than I was in 2023. I know how to manage, you know, manage my body better, you know, manage my inputs and my energy, you know, for those that distance and those rally style events. So, but yeah, this weekend will also just be a good indicator to see where we're gonna be and where we're at for IMPI, because we've got, yeah, as I said, 2 long days planned where we wanna like just push and keep a good pace and a good rhythm throughout the days. So it's not like a mess around weekend. We'll try to take you guys along for as much as possible, but I'm not going to be too focused like on footage and the GoPro and that, because, you know, riding and then, you know, having to switch on the GoPro when you get into sections and changing batteries can be a bit of a mission. But I will try and do as much as I can. Yeah, as I said, it is a serious training weekend, but again, just huge thank you to Ben, to Toit, Shirko, South Africa, also Justin, Shock Logic, for getting my suspension strip service, fitting the new parts as quickly as he did. He literally did it in a day and a half. It's the only reason why I'm able to do this trip this weekend, because the part came, today's Friday, the part came Monday, and this past Monday was a holiday as well. The part arrived in South Africa like Tuesday midday-ish, and I had already dropped my forks off at Justin that Tuesday morning, because, you know, just to try and speed the process up, because Ben had informed me that he's expecting the part that day. So as soon as the part got to Ben, he couriered it off quickly to me. for me to Justin at Shock Logic, and then Wednesday afternoon I had my suspension back. So really happy, really grateful. Yeah, we can get on the bike this weekend and just that last sort of push of you know, decent riding before IMPI. So yeah, we're on our way now. I've stopped here at a Shell garage. Is it a Shell? Yeah, just get some coffee, something to drink. On our way to Durban. Should get there, what is that saying? Yeah, just before 4 o'clock. So lekker guys, we'll see you tomorrow when we're riding. Alright, what's up? Morning guys. So yeah, and got a 98k loop planned out for this morning. Pretty good. Freshies, new boots, breaking them in. Hard, brand new mousse on the back. So it should be interesting. Let's see how this goes, bro. Let's see how this goes. Sounds like I'm already making excuses, but let's go. Let's go, bro. How's it, bro? You joking? How does that happen?
What?
My chain came off. Oh, and it came off on my master link.
Jesus. Wow.
Does anyone... I don't know how the fuck. Guys, we are back up and running. I'm sure you guys saw my chain came off. Didn't just come off, master link lost. There's the man who saved the day for me. Lucky Nick doesn't stay far from here. He brought me a master link from home, and we can continue. But now we are no longer doing the loop we originally had planned, because we've lost about an hour now. It's about 100 k's. Thanks, brother. We just won't have enough time. We're gonna finish too late, so we joined onto another
50 k's that we're gonna do now, so bummer, but yeah, we're gonna do this 50 k's loop first, what time we finish, and then maybe we'll just do something else after that. But yeah, what a cut one. But as Wade said, you know, that's it's a lot of bad luck the last couple of weeks. But maybe I'm getting all the bad juju out now, like before IMPI. But I hope that's the case, because I don't want any of this crap happening at a race, you know. Put my goggles on, fine stuff, yeah, so that's what it is. That is what it is. Get these goggles on and carry on. Together again. We lost each other for a bit there. Hey, there's hard moves. You can definitely feel the difference with the hard moves. Just gotta try not to make my life a bit easier. That's better. With this hard moves usually where this thing was just full. Now I'm like bouncing off the rocks. But yeah, I said to myself, I'd rather, you know, wear this mousse in now, because this is what I'm going to use for IMPI, instead of putting a new mousse there. Because I had a nice, very nice mousse at home in this bike, but I'm just scared it's going to collapse, and I don't want that at IMPI. This is definitely near the end of it. Get a bit of this single track flowy stuff in. How beautiful is it? Beautiful day. Beautiful day to be riding and to be alive, mate. Oh, big more back, right? Too hard to you can't see those hidden rocks. That's the thing. Can't do it, almost went there. Almost went. And the rocks still got like that morning dew on the top of them, so they're quite slippery. They're still quite slippery. Also got a new front tire, back to my original 90 121. I was previously using that 9090 that the bike comes with. Usually I chuck it off as soon as I get the bike, but I had a mousse that had some life in it, but would only fit in that 9090. So I said, let me just use it. So now I'm getting used to the feel of this 90-100 again on the front. Yeah, it's a lot. Oh, stop talking, Lindon. A lot that I'm getting to grips with here on this bike. In one day. Nice long down. Here we go, soft man. She's on the video to ride. having church to my left. I hope they don't disturb me too much. Some people, you know, this is their land that we're riding on, so some people can take offense when you come past the bikes that make a noise. So this is the downhill, we're just idling down sort of a thing. Nice long downhill. This is the last time we rode up this. Oh. 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 Yeah, it feels good though. After the service. Oh. Oh. Riding left, you can see the improvement since the last time we rode. He's flying down this downhill. Moving. We're only here from the beginning. Missed so much of this. Long time. Can feel I'm unfit. I'm getting arm pump. I never did yet. Down here the last time I remember. Long ding dit. Coming through, yeah? This is snake heaven, snake paradise. Go, wait! Thanks, Shane. Gotta be careful. Fuck, I hope I didn't go the wrong way. I see a light. Yes. Being fucking gymnastics here, getting under some of these trees. Yo, didn't know my body could bend like that, bro. Yes, I'm just talking to myself. I'm like, yes, I didn't know my body could fucking bend like this. Like I'm doing gymnastics trying to get under some of these trees.
No, I'm not my favourite that.
Yeah. So we're heading up apparently was quite a bit of a climb for radiator. So let's see. Sounds like it'll make one hot. Let's check what it's about. My chain came off. Bike's going not where I wanted to. That makes sense. Yeah. How's it? Sharp though. Where did you go up? Where he's going?
Straight here.
Is it?
Can I look at it? You know, your front wheel was in that crack. Yeah. Pinched. Needs to be here. So if it's pinching the front wheel. So now put the basket on the ground. That's fine. Slowly. Perfect.
Sliding out.
Fuck me. This thing gets you, eh?
Yeah, it gets me.
But you see your front wheel is there. So it's pinched. It needs to be here. So it can roll over. Otherwise that back wheel's not going to go. Okay, try again.
Eh?
Tires, there's got to be that side.
Other side, eh?
Which one to take, bro? I'm gonna try this one.
Okay. How's the last bit there?
Oh shit, bro.
I'm scared I slide down here. Did you just hit it one time?
No, no, go slowly.
Slowly, eh?
That rock is placed there.
Is it?
See, it's not, it's
And that root also can fuck you around. That's what I was scared of. bike and that happened. Up is up. Gnarly shit, bro. But getting up, that's what matters. There you go. Couldn't get my back brake there. Now circle, you want to tell me off? I'm disrespectful. Long loose thing. Oh, I'm still running. Yep.
Okay, let's try to do this quickly because my battery's about to die. But anyway, okay guys, that is day one. Natal done. Didn't entirely go as planned. You would have seen the issues I had on my bike about 15-20 minutes into the ride. My chain came apart, lost my master link, and then yeah, we lost about an hour there. But thank you to Nick, who doesn't, at least we went too far in the bush as well. He managed to bring another master link, got fitted it, and then yeah, but we had to now obviously change the route because we were, that initial loop we had in mind was just going to take too long for us to do. But nevertheless, we still got a good ride in, about 4 hours, 4 hours 40 k's, something like that there. A nice mix, some tech, some flowy stuff, climbs, downhills. So yeah, no, was good. Not what we had planned for, but tomorrow's another day. We've got another ride tomorrow. Let's just hope now that all the bad luck is out the way, because gosh, I haven't been having the best of luck the last couple of months, weeks with my bike. So let's hope it's done now. Once that was sorted, you know, didn't have any issues on my side, at least. Everybody had issues today, but yeah, another loop plan tomorrow, different location. Yeah, let's gooi, lekker.